God damn, here we are again. Welcome to the unfiltered, unedited, uncensored, off-base podcast. Podcast carefully crafted to remind you to suck a fat one if you think you're the only one. You're not the only one. I'm not the only one. I'm your host. I'm the Rocky Mountain no-name Jackass. It's 32 degrees. It's freezing in the city of Aurora at 7:50 a.m. on January 10th, 2022. Sure. That is so gross. So disgusting. My wife actually watched one of my podcasts over the weekend. She hated this part of it. She's like, I can't even look at you when you put that shit in your mouth. I get it, man. I understand. It is gross. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh yeah, it's beautiful. Keep watching me. But it's all part of the process. So off we go. Into the wild blue yonder. Now, I'm getting waved around by some fucker. Thanks, buddy. Let me tell you something right now. Because of something that happened this past Friday, I am missing the last 3 states that we lived in. We lived in Florida, we lived in Texas, and we lived in Alaska. Florida for 1, Texas for 7, Alaska for 3. That's 11 years. And for 11 years, we've had no state income taxes or state bullshit. I'm fucking mad this morning, man. And I wasn't until I got on the road to take the kids to school because I was reminded of some bullshit that happened on Friday. So last week, first full week of 2022, it's going great. Crushing it in all aspects. Sleep, diet, exercise, family life, marriage, crushing it. Friday rolls around, I'm all excited, have a, nice little dinner with my wife and kids, have a nice drink, cocktail hour, Friday afternoon. Brought the kids back home, went to get the mail. Brought the mail in the house, I had something from the toll services here in Colorado. All right, now I'm going to back up and give you a little bit of context. There is a highway, stretch of highway, that I would take every morning to bring the kids to school. I'd take that stretch of highway back home to get back on base. In the afternoons, I'd take that stretch of highway, 5-mile stretch of highway, to come pick the kids up. Then I'd jump on that same 5-mile stretch of highway to go home, get everybody back on base, and then there's your day. 4 times a day, going over a 5-mile stretch of highway. Now, before you get on the highway, all right, there is a sign that says toll road, or whatever the fuck it says. It says it's a toll. And every time that we drove past the places where the cameras, it looked like the slots that you would hold the cameras are empty. So we're driving on this thing, when the kids started school, for about a month. Never really saw any pictures taken. Never got anything in the mail about it. Okay? So we're thinking, okay, they just, haven't taken that shit down, or they're not collecting tolls anymore. Because I've been on plenty of toll roads where that has happened in the past. Well, we get to around November-ish, and we started to see something in the mail. So we paid that, right? And then ended up going on to the Express Toll website, Express, whatever the fuck it's called, and ended up getting a sticker. And I got a sticker right here. Now, unfortunately, it's the sticker for my wife's car, not mine. But that doesn't matter. What matters is the piece of mail that I picked up when we got home on Friday, last Friday, was from a collection service for over $1,600. $1,600 saying that we've been delinquent in paying our tolls. It's like, what the fuck, man? $1,600? And then I go back and I start doing the math on this bullshit. And it's $4.65 every time we ride that small stretch of highway. All right? Which is going to come around to a little bit over, for us, $19 a day. Not to mention if the kids have something at school, you know, like after dinner that we got to take them back to, like a football game or a basketball game, or they want to come see their friends over the weekend. So let's round up $20 a day. We do it 5 times a week, $100 a week, 4 weeks a month, $400 a month, probably more because, like I said, because of those extra trips that we make. Times 4 months, $1,600. And if you were to do it all year, it's fucking $5,000 a year just to drive on a 5-mile stretch of road. It's fucking ridiculous. But what the thing that really angers us is that we got nothing in the mail until last Friday. We've been driving on this road for 4 months. Fucking bullshit, man. So I gotta call these assholes today and be like, all right, hey, look, I know that I've got the express toll sticker from my wife's car on my car. So you've been charging us twice. Can you please remove, at least a month's worth of charges? You fucking assholes. $4.65 to drive 5 miles 4 times a day. Fucking unreal. It's fucking the states that we used to live in before with no income tax, no tolls or any shit like that. Didn't have to encounter that. And I mean, Colorado is beautiful. It really is. But I don't want to go on a rant on what governments are doing with their money. But none of them give a shit. They're all fucked up. They all got their own special interests in mind. No tax states don't have to worry about that. And if our fucking federal income tax was how it should be, just a flat rate, no deductions, none of that, just whatever you make on your income, here's your percentage, pay it, and shut the hell up. And as a government, we'll take care of protecting your rights, not giving you free shit. I said I wasn't going to go on a rant. But things have gotten so fucked up since 1914. I think it was 1914. World War I, when they instituted the income tax. Fucking assholes, man. They fucked up our money. Middle class, we're the ones that are paying for it. The rich are fine. But if you're a middle class family, you need every cent you can get. Fucking assholes. The only ones who are running for office, I mean, and I've heard so many people talk about it. And of course, I've learned about it over the past decade. How much money does it cost for these people to get into office through all their campaign contributions, putting their ads out, going on speaking tours, blah, 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 especially the president? It's close to like $100 million, if not more, to run a fucking campaign. And the job of president is only like $400,000. And same thing with senators and House of Representatives. They only make like $300,000 a year. So why the fuck are they doing all that? Why are they going through the business of raising, tens of millions, if not $100 million, to get elected to a job that only pays, $250,000 a year? It doesn't make any sense until you realize, oh yeah. The reason why they're doing that is so they can line their pockets with the legislation that the special interest groups want. And then when they're done, particularly the presidents, they get done and they start going on speaking tours. Now, I have not seen or heard of George W. doing anything like that. So hats off to that guy. I think when he got done with the presidency, he just said, look, that's it. I get, the Bushes were already rich to begin with, so it's like, how much more does this guy need? But because of because of what he went through with the Iraq War, and then having it bleed into Afghanistan. I just think that guy had too much on his mind, and he was like, there's no reason for me to go out and exploit everything I did before I got into office to line my pockets afterwards. It's fucking nuts, man. And there are a lot of people out there. Peter Schiff is probably one of the best ones that I've listened to, because his father, Erwin Schiff, I don't know if you guys know of the Schiff family at all. His father, Erwin Schiff, was arrested for tax evasion, and he was not private about it at all. He was very public about it, and how we should not be paying the income tax, because he reasoned it to be unconstitutional. And you look at his reasoning and you can't help but agree it's unconstitutional. Not only let alone that these are confiscatory levels of taxation, particularly on the poor and the middle class. And if you have somebody like Trump, where he can take advantage of tax laws because he can afford the attorneys to do so, and end up paying almost zero in taxes throughout the year, well, it's like, what the fuck? It just feels like the deck is stacked against us more and more. And I'm not downplaying Trump or criticizing Trump at all. It's that those are the laws that are in place, and he is following the law. So it's like, what the fuck? You can't fault the guy. But is it fair to the rest of us? No, not at all. It fucking sucks. Now, we certainly made a very conscious decision to have the kids go to a school way outside our school district. And the reason why is because they're better fucking schools. And in order to do that, we recognize that, well, I'm going to be burning a lot of gas. Like, I fill my tank 2 times a week, and with gas prices right now, I'm probably averaging $60 every refill. So it's like $120. I'll say 3 times every 2 weeks. That's probably a better assessment. So it's $180 roughly every 2 weeks. So $350, $360 a month on gas, just to get the kids to and fro school. Times that by 12, and we're looking at $4,200. $4,200 for gas. And if we never got this fucking piece of mail from the toll place, that's $4,200 for gas, plus another $5,000 to ride on this 5-mile stretch of road that is now to my left. There ain't no way I'm fucking taking that road ever again. I'm on a non-toll road right now that runs parallel to the highway. Jesus Christ! And this road right here, speed limit's like 55, highway's 70. It's like, what the fuck do I care if it's another 5 minutes? If I'm saving $5,000 a year just by riding on this road. Jesus Christ. So we recognized that we were going to have to pay an extra expense, and that expense would be in gas, to get the kids to and fro better schools. We're fine with that. We were fine with that. What we weren't fine with and didn't know about until last Friday was that for 4 months, we're paying an extra fucking $400. Jesus Christ. $400 a month. Fuck those assholes, man. And knowing my luck, here I go getting negative. I shouldn't do that. That's what I used to do in the past, was get pessimistic when things were bad. But anyway, I was going to say, knowing my luck, they'll turn this road into a toll road too. Then I'll have to find some other route to get the kids to school. And if they do, hey, if it takes even more time, if it adds another 5 minutes to drive, I don't care. $5,000 a year? Dude, that's enough to go into savings, into either kids' college funds or, your own personal you could fund your own Roth IRA with that for an entire year. Fucking bullshit. Yeah, to say that I'm happy with what has happened governmentally and how governments spend money. I mean, I talked about it before. But taxes, all they are is legalized theft. It's somebody coming and saying, hey, we're taking the money that you earned, that you worked hard, we're taking it. And I'm perfectly fine if that money is being used to protect my rights. If that money is being used for other purposes, like handing it out to other people, just because their lot is less than mine. And look, I get it. People are dealt a bad hand. But, I mean, shouldn't charity take care of that? There are hundreds of charitable organizations that are willing to help people get back on their feet. The government should not be one of them. That should not be their role. Government's role should be to protect our rights, not to give people free shit. Now, I don't know, so I'm going to be speaking out of ignorance on a couple things here. Things I do know, I'm going to be emphatic on, and I'm going to be pissed about. What I don't know is what the state of Colorado is spending toll money on or state income taxes on. I don't know what they're spending that on. But what we did know back in Texas is that our property taxes were going towards education and going towards funding the police. Well, actually, don't know. I know property taxes went towards education. I don't know which taxes went towards funding the police and the fire department and whatnot. I don't know if it was a combination of property taxes and sales taxes. But the fact of the matter was we didn't have to pay state income tax in any of the previous 3 states that we were in. Oh, all right. Let me get off of this. Because I don't want to ramble going back on the base. I actually got a nice, what do you want to call it? A nice day ahead. What looks to be a nice productive day ahead. Stepson and I are going to the gym tonight. We're finishing off our final week of phase 2, finding our maxes in all of our exercises that we're doing. I got a nice big project that I'm working on for work. And then I got to straighten this fucking shit out with the toll people. I don't know how long I would be on the phone for that. But I got to remember to be nice and just tell them it's unacceptable. That's the key word when you're talking to customer service. This is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. Let me talk to somebody else. Because it is. The part that's unacceptable is the fact that I've got the sticker on my car. They've been charging my wife, and then they double charged me again for riding the road because it's reading this sticker and thinking that my wife is the one who's driving the kids to school every day for the last month. I think that's when I put it on. It was about a month ago. Anyway. Good productive day ahead. I'll take it back to last night. Last night was a lot of fun because I did a huge mixed grill for dinner that was probably at around 2 o'clock, 2:30, 3 o'clock. I was hoping that we would just have a bunch of food that we'd have at 3, and then if anybody wanted anything else as the day went on, they could just pick at what I had left over. I took grape tomatoes, red onions, zucchini, yellow squash, and mushrooms. Put them on skewers. I had about 8 skewers. Made baked potatoes. Cooked up some andouille sausage, some pork ribs, a flank steak, and also did fried chicken and fried shrimp. So it was like this huge smorgasbord of a mixed grill. And we sat down to eat that shit, man. And it was fucking phenomenal. Really phenomenal. It was a great meal. We had tons of leftovers, so I'm just going to be picking at it all day today. Getting a ton of protein. And of course, I'll get at the veggies too. And get some nice vitamins and minerals from those fuckers. So yeah, yesterday was a nice relaxing day. My wife and I ended up working the Broncos game on Saturday. Fucking freezing cold. But well worth the time for me. My wife hates doing that type of manual labor. Plus, she hates the cold. So last time we did it, we were on the 3rd level of Empower Field. And we were blocked from the weather because it was semi-inside. I mean, it was open, You could feel the cold, but we weren't exposed to the outside elements. Well, yesterday we were on the top floor. And last time we only sold lemonades. It was either spiked lemonade or just regular lemonade. This time around we sold lemonades and hot chocolates. Holy shit. I went on a quick food break at the beginning of the second quarter, and one of the guys who was in charge of managing our top floor, he said, yeah, go ahead, I'll cover for you. I came back. From the minute I came back towards the end of the second quarter until the beginning of the fourth quarter, I was nonstop selling hot chocolates and lemonade. Me and the kid we were with, we ended up making $360 in tips, so $180 for each of us. And then I think they pay us a flat rate of $100. So ended up making almost $300 for my son's stepson's band trip to New York later on this year. My wife did okay. I think they got $240 in tips. So they got $120 in tips plus $100 base. Morning, my man.
Have a good day.
Thank you, sir. So what did I say? $220 for her. $120. Yeah, $220 for her. $280 for me. So yeah, we racked in almost $500 for my son's band trip yesterday. It was really good. I actually want to start doing stuff like that for myself. Just making a little extra money just gets me out of the house. Because with COVID, particularly living on base, I mean, wherever we've lived in the past, we've always been socializing with people. I was talking to my wife yesterday about how I missed Texas because we had a pool in the backyard, and we didn't live on base, we lived off base, but our house was like the party house. Like people would come over almost every weekend, either to swim or just to hang out, watch a football game or something. But now with COVID, it's like we know our neighbors and we spent some time with them, but it ain't the same. So, I just need to do stuff. And I'm going to be looking into whether or not I can do stuff like this, like serving drinks or whatnot at the Nuggets games and Colorado Rockies games, particularly, and when the summer hits. I think that'll be a ton of fun for me to do. And for the hockey team here. I actually don't even know their name. But all that being said, we are back on base here. I already passed the site where I see Denver in the foreground and the Rockies in the background. There's another one, short one, coming up right here. And there it is. City of Denver. All right, so a little anger to start off the morning. I got it out of me, at least. I got it out Friday. My wife and I talked about it and how fucking bullshit that was. But I want to try to finish things here on a positive note because, hey, that's now in the past. Now we got to deal with the present and look forward to the future. So to everybody out there, have a great day if you're listening to this. If you're one of my, 2 listeners. And I will smell you tomorrow morning.